It is the final Premier League games before the World Cup. Yes guys, welcome back to another video on my channel, and today welcome to game week 16 of the Premier League predictions, and today it is the final Premier League predictions before the World Cup. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and let's get into the video. Okay then, and the first game comes from the Etihad Stadium. It is a 12:30 kickoff and it is Manchester City who are at home to Brentford. Now, you know, obviously there are players in both teams that are going to the World Cup. You got, I don't know, well, I think it's mainly is there any Brentford player? I don't really know if there's any Brentford players going to the World Cup. But Man City, you know, you got Ederson, John Stones, Cancelo, De Bruyne, Rodri, Gundogan, Grealish, Bernardo Silva. So I'm not sure what Pep's gonna do. Is he gonna start them on the bench? Is he gonna start them off and maybe take them off? I don't know, to be honest. But you know, Man City is still a big game for them in a sense. You know, they have to win to go back to the top of the Premier League. You know, if Brentford win, they could go into the top half, so it's a big game for them as well. It'll be a tough game for Brentford. You know, City and Arsenal are very tough places to go. But yeah, we'll speak about Arsenal later. But City, I think they'll win this game. I don't know if Haaland's going to start, but I'm going to go Man City 3, Brentford 1, 3-1 City. Okay then, and the next game is Bournemouth, against Everton. Now these two actually played each other on Tuesday in the Carabao Cup, and Everton got demolished 4-1. It was goals from Lowe, Stanislas, Marcondes and Jadon Anthony with goals for Bournemouth. A very disappointing evening at the South Coast for Everton. But Everton, I'm sure they'll be wanting to go back to Bournemouth again, and they'll really want to get a result. And to be honest, I think they will. You know, looking where they are, looking where both teams are, both teams want to get a result. They're near the bottom half. They're near the bottom three, both Bournemouth and Everton. Both teams have to win this game, but I think Everton will just want it more after what happened on Tuesday night when both teams played each other in the third round of the Carabao Cup. So for me, I'm going to go Bournemouth 0, Everton 2, 2-0 Everton. Okay then, and the next game is Liverpool against Southampton. Now, obviously Southampton, they've got Nathan Jones, who obviously left from Championship side Luton Town. Now, to be honest, I think that's a very, very poor appointment. I think you'd have to compare Hasenhüttl and Jones. Hasenhüttl is just clear. But there is no Jurgen Klopp on the sidelines for Liverpool. Obviously, he has obviously when he got sent off against Man City. Obviously, who was the next game after? Obviously, when he got sent off against Man City, he was on the touchline against Liverpool, and he was on the touchline in the game against West Ham. He was on the touchline as well in the game against Tottenham last time out. So he is going to be not on the dugout. So it's going to be Japin Linda's the assistant manager, and I don't think Nathan Jones will be the Southampton manager. So I think it's going to be so for this game only. It's going to be interim manager Ruben Selles, who's going to be a manager. So they're not two great managers, but you know, I think Liverpool without Klopp anyway, I think they'll still win. You know, you know, the Philip guys, you know, he's also out on the touchline and speaks, yelling at the players. For me, I think this should be a easy win for Liverpool, but I'm sure Southampton will be up for it. But I'll go Liverpool 3, Southampton 0, 3-0 Liverpool. Okay then, and the next game comes from the City ground. It is Nottingham Forest against Leeds United. Now, what a result it was for Nottingham Forest on Wednesday night against Tottenham. It was a really disappointing result for us, but for Forest, great result for them, you know, to beat us 2-0 in the cup as well. Fair play. Crystal Palace, they lost on penalties at Newcastle, which was disappointing. Now, I think this is a bit weird, but I can actually see Forest getting something, you know. I think the way Forest played against us the other night at the City ground, and you know, the atmosphere at the City ground in general, I think the atmosphere tomorrow should be absolutely incredible from both sets of supporters. This will be a good game. I'm going to go Nottingham Forest 2, Crystal Palace 2, 2-2. Okay then, and the next game comes from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. it is struggling Tottenham against a slowly improving Leeds United. Now, being a Tottenham fan, to be honest, this game, is it important? I think it is, in my opinion. Because, I think we want to finish Christmas. I think we want to finish. I think we want to finish Christmas inside the top four. But I think just life at Tottenham at the moment isn't really going great. We've won. I think if you have to look at our form, we've won in looking at the last 4 games, we've won 2 out of the last 4. It's not really that great, is it? Look at the teams we played: Bournemouth, Marseille, Liverpool, and Forest. Yes, we beat Bournemouth, but I think we really should have won on Wednesday. But I think on Wednesday we were very, very poor. Leeds, though, I got a mate of mine, Ollie, who went to the game. He thought Leeds were very poor, but to be fair, Leeds didn't really play their strong team. But I'm sure, they'll go full out strong tomorrow, and they'll go full out strong when they play Man City on the 28th of December, and it's probably the same with Newcastle and West Ham and Villa, and then the games against Brighton. To be fair, Leeds have got some really tough games coming up. Tottenham, Man City, Newcastle, West Ham, Villa, Brentford, and that's pretty much it. Would you class Forest as a tough game, Leeds fans? I'm not sure, but to be honest, I'm not feeling confident at all, in my opinion. It's just not going well at the moment, and I'm actually going to go with a big shock. Tottenham 1, Leeds 2. Yes, I think I'm going to lose 2-1. Big result for Leeds. Anyway, the next game is West Ham against Leicester. Now, obviously, it's a big game in central London, and it's a big game in East London, sorry. It's 15th against 14th, and both teams, close to the bottom 3. It's a big game, but Leicester are really starting to pick up some form. Looking at their last few games, looking at their last 6, Leicester have only lost once, and that was the Man City. They did play Newport, though, on Tuesday, so I think everyone knew Leicester were going to win that, but Leicester are starting to pick up some form, got big wins against Leeds, Wolves and Everton, and tomorrow will be a tough game for Leicester. West Ham, though, on the other hand, disappointing loss to Blackburn in the Carabao Cup on penalties. They're starting to drop off a little bit. They lost to Man United, they lost to West Ham, they've lost to Blackburn. Their last win was in the Europa Conference League against Steaua Bucharest. Last time they won in the Premier League was the 24th of October against Bournemouth. Leicester have a chance, and for me, I think Leicester are going to win. West Ham 2, Leicester 3, 3-2 Leicester. Okay, then, and the next game is the Saturday night football. It is Newcastle against Chelsea. Now, a lot of people have gone with a Newcastle win, and I'm going to agree with those people. I think a lot of people just have this feeling that Newcastle are going to win. There is questions. Is Callum Wilson's? Well, Sky Sports have said that Wilson's a doubt for this game, but it looks like he is going to play. But they are getting players back, Newcastle, which is a good sign for Chelsea. Just a lot of players are getting injured: Kante, James, Fofana, Chilwell, Kepa. A lot of players are getting injured. For Chelsea, they lost to Man City, but come on, Man City are great at the moment. And to be fair, they've lost the last 2 Chelsea, but to be fair, they've literally played Arsenal in the Premier League and Man City in the Carabao Cup. I think after this game, after the World Cup, they got 2 easy games against Bournemouth and Forest. And then they got some tough games coming up again, City, Liverpool, West Ham, Dortmund in the Champions League. And yeah, that's why I'm going to go Newcastle 2, Chelsea 1, 2-1 Newcastle. Okay, then, and the final game on Saturday, and there's a lot of games tomorrow. The final game tomorrow is Wolves against Arsenal at Molineux. Now, a lot of people are questioning Arsenal. A lot of people are actually giving Wolves a chance, but just because they lost to Brighton in the Carabao Cup, I don't think Arsenal will really care. I think they'll want to focus more on the Premier League than the Mickey Mouse Cup. For Wolves, though, they beat Leeds 1-0. Great result for them. Leeds starting to pick up some form, but Wolves, I don't think they'll be bothered about the Cup. They'll be bothered about the Premier League. They're not doing great. They'll want to win this game. It'll be very tough, though. Arsenal are a good team. Arsenal will win this, in my opinion. Wolves 0, Arsenal 2. 2-0 to Arsenal. Okay, then now we move on to the two games on Sunday, and the first game is Brighton against Aston Villa. Now, obviously Aston Villa did lose last night against Man United, but to be fair, Villa were absolutely atrocious, and one player in particular, Robin Olsen, disgrace. But Brighton, though, they are slowly rising up. They're currently 6th at the moment, and Brighton a massive win on Wednesday in the Carabao Cup away at Arsenal. The first time Arsenal have lost at home this season, so fair play to Brighton. But one player who I'm really impressed with at the moment, I can't remember. One player who I'm really impressed with at the moment is Cairo Mitamoa. He's a great player, and I think a lot of players at Brighton are doing really well at the moment, but I think in particular, I think it's the Japanese guy. He's doing incredible stuff, and I think, it'll be tough for Villa. I know, they got new manager Unai Emery. I know their last Premier League game they beat United, but also they lost to United. They beat United, then they lost to United. But yeah, this will be tough for Villa. Brighton are doing really well at the moment, so this will be a really close game. I think Brighton are going to win this though. Brighton 2, Villa 1, 2-1 Brighton. Okay, then, and the final game is Fulham against Manchester United. Obviously, Manchester United did win last night 4-2. Aisha Speed was there, great stuff. But I think Fulham will be up for this. Fulham, I know they lost to City, but come on, it's City for God's sake. But yeah, to be fair, they've got some good results recently. Fulham, Villa, Fulham, a draw against Everton. I think a draw against Everton is a good result. I think Everton are a really good team in my opinion. I think Fulham are doing well, and a lot of people predicted Fulham to get relegated. Fulham are in the top half. They could be in the top half, like before Christmas. So I think fair play to Fulham. I think they're proving a lot of people wrong. But this will be a tough game. United at home. It'll still be tough, even though Fulham are the home side. But I think Fulham will get. I'm not sure. People are saying if Mitrovic is going to be fit. I'm not sure. I don't know if he's going to be fit or not. Both teams are missing some players. No Harrison Reed, no Tete, both are suspended, but United are missing players as well. Anthony's out, Ronaldo, Sancho, Varane, Dallo, but Fulham are missing Mitrovic, Cabano, Reed, and Tete. So big players out for both teams. For me, I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go Fulham 2, Manchester United 2, 2-2. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe. See you next time. And by the way, if you want one whispering, it's like 11 PM at night. So yeah, anyway, goodbye.